We take you to that story from Ratanda Primary School. A Gauteng father has allegedly killed 3 of his 5 children. Another is recovering in hospital. He's alleged to have given the boys energy drinks laced with poison. The man is also in hospital after drinking the poison himself. The boys, aged 6, 13 and 16, died on school premises. eNCA's Nobile Matlala is there and joins us now. Good morning, Nobile. We caught that briefing midway, perhaps just for clarity to understand. It seems now the MEC is headed to Khanya, Lesedi. They were there at Ratanda. How many children were at Ratanda Primary School? How many were at Lesedi that also passed away, unfortunately, on the school premises?
Well, very sad indeed. In fact, when we were coming in, we were hearing from the deputy principal who was just explaining the trauma that the teachers had to go through looking at the children that were getting sick. She just explains about 2 of them were sick on premises, and she says that she heard from the 3rd one in Ratanda Primary School that they were given that drink, which was an energy drink. She says that they had to take them. They tried everything possible to assist these kids, and they had to take them to the nearest facility, health facility where they could get help. But of course, a lot of them just still traumatized. You could see her just holding in the pain. You can just see in her eyes, and she's holding in the tears. Very, very difficult for the deputy principal, as well as the principal also just being strong. I mean, we heard as we were coming in, some of them just talking about the fact that this is such a hard time for Ratanda Primary School, and it's a time for them to be together and ensure that these children get the support and that they deserve, having been in the school. But I want to bring in Steve Mabona, because Steve, this is obviously a very difficult time for the teachers. Just perhaps give us an idea, what is happening with them? Are they okay? What's happening? We saw a lot of them crying.
Look, it's a situation that you don't want to see in any school. And the support is there. Our employee wellness program has been, unleashed to come here at the school. And the psycho team will then be focusing on the learners and the family. I mean, that support has been extended. I mean, you would have heard that actually the mother is the food handler at Khanya Lesedi Secondary. So she would have experienced this, firsthand, which is quite sad. And they really need the support that they deserve. And the MEC has already committed that as a department we will be here throughout this period, and we'll make sure that they are all supported.
Very difficult to watch, Steve, just listening to the deputy principal talking about what was happening in the school. Can you just maybe relay to us, what is it that they saw?
Look, quite traumatic really. If learners are going to start to vomit, in the school premises, and when we are trying to assist them, some they then demise while they are taken through to the nearest facility. It's quite sad, but we are hopeful that prayers will assist them. We saw the pastors are here. You just need to pray and make sure that the support is overwhelming, and that's what we're going to be doing. And we are happy that the entire community, the municipality, and all those that came, and the support is overwhelming. I mean, we found a lot of people here around the school, and some they're still coming, and this is what we need as a community to assist each other.
So essentially, how many students were affected in the school?
In this school is 3. The other 2 are in the secondary school, and you would have learned that actually the 2 that are from here, the Dimas, and then the other one from the high school. So it's 3 of them. So the one that is critical at hospital is from the primary school, and the other one who did not consume is quite safe now. And we're just putting prayers to those that the one that is at the hospital, because MEC has already indicated that from the 2nd school will then be moving to the hospital just to check on his condition, and then from there we will move to the family.
Steve, MEC is very emotional about the pupils at this point. He's talking about the fact that he's losing a lot of learners, and this is very difficult. How many learners have you lost in this year alone? Is there something that the department is going to be doing, maybe to look closely? I mean, I know it's beyond your control at this point.
Well, quite a lot that we have lost, to a certain extent that there are families that MEC could not go because they could not take it at some point. He had to be strengthened to say, now we probably need to move on. I mean, you'll understand that there's families that MEC could not go, but then had to continue with the next incidents which happened. And probably those families would have thought that, hey, why didn't we receive a visit from the MEC? But he could not take it anymore. He was so emotional that he could not go to those families to go and explain, to say a child is demised and the circumstances. So we are putting him also through the professional assistance to say, so that he can carry on, because his department, he must lead, he must go to those families and probably convey the deepest condolences and explain to a certain extent on what might have transpired for a learner to pass on in the school environment.
And I imagine, Steve, I mean, knowing that the mother, like you said, is a food handler in the other school, I mean, the MEC will have maybe a talk with the mother just to have those deepest condolences to the mother, to maybe also see how she's doing. What sort of help can we expect maybe from the department?
Look, in those situations, we will give the person space to say they need to be at home. We have a necessary administrative process to say you need to be at home for a certain period so that you are then assisted. So that's why insisting that from the hospital we then need to go to the family to convey our deepest condolences and offer the support that the family might need, because we would not know now on what are other things that they will need as support. And people are calling, each and every time we have such incidences, people, volunteer, they call and say, if the department needs assistance, we are here to assist. So most of the incidences that happen, we don't even spend a cent as a department. People will reach out and say, we are willing to assist. And the MEC has already confirmed to me that there's few of such good Samaritans or good South Africans who said, no, we will come forward, we will assist you. So after interacting with the family, we should be in a position to know on what is it that they need so that we can then extend the assistance.
All right. Thank you very much, Steve. I mean, we have to let you go to Khanya, Lesedi. Well, Mfundo, just Steve explaining to us that very emotional story. Everybody where we are, you can just see they are in pain. But of course, the MEC is moving now to Khanya, Lesedi, where we understand that the mother's a food handler there. And I mean, can you imagine her seeing this on her own account? So we will bring you more from her and the departments, just to see what the department maybe does when they get there, once they move to Khanya, Lesedi. I mean, it's not far from where we are. It's just about 10 minutes drive, but we'll give you more shortly.
All right, Ngobile, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much. That's our reporter, Ngobile Madlala, out at Ratanda Primary School.